Yo, what up? Welcome back to the project. We are here with another episode, third marathon, moving out, that kind of stuff. Hey, again, introductions. We're not really gonna do that, but here's a little bit. It's like SOL, slice of life, plus IRL inner life put together, mishmash, and you get this project. It's like a VR paradox, a mixture between real, authentic, stuff you gotta do and responsibilities and daily activities, mashed together with something creative and imaginary and a conceptual. Okay, anyways, the point is, all right, so yesterday we're just going to continue day by day. Each episode follows the rest. Again, it's just very down to earth and grounded. What kind of things are preoccupying my mind? What do we have to do for the next 24 hours? And I should probably cover right now that I can show you is I should have started the thumbnail differently, started the video differently. This bag here, and oh god, the contrast is bad. So, bag of Usana, and I thought I wasn't gonna cover this because if you pay attention to the previous episode to this one, I mentioned that I had covered this office area behind me. This is the table desk, not the office area, but well, it's the office area, but it's really just a table. And I thought I had covered everything that I wanted to cover about Usana. I didn't think I'd be receiving this entire bag of stuff. I thought it'd just be one small bag. Clearly in the previous episode it's just a small bag, but there's a lot to this. And this kind of covers mostly stuff from that was extra, extra stuff that was given to me by my business partner. And I'm really blessed and grateful and thankful for that. It'll be pretty useful for me to learn how to deliver a more up-to-date presentation when it comes to our research and our products. But then there's also stuff here, and then there are also like extra food and stuff. We'll cover everything, and then in this video, and then there's also some trash here, some waste, a lot of bottles of empty stuff, as well as a new purchase of like chain links. After this, I'd also like to highlight that once we're done this, we're going to move this to storage, of course, probably with exception to a binder here inside. We'll get to that in a moment. But there's something else I also want to move to storage that I didn't think I would. And in the back in the closet right now, there's like it's not little, it's huge. It's actually the case for the bed, like the bed. So, the case is empty with the exception of the mattress, a light, thin mattress, but it's still big enough to say that I'd have to carry on my shoulders if I'm walking to my storage. So that's something else I also want to cover. So this is going to take 2 days worth of moving, right? The first day probably moving this, and then the second day moving the bag of like the mattress. Yeah, so let's just get to it. Hopefully I can showcase that in this video, but I don't think I can because there's just a lot of stuff in here, and I want to keep videos just focused on one overarching topic from now on so that things are coherent. I think videos work better that way. Alright, let's first cover all the trash and necessities in here that I got cleared away. You have like this is Gatorade Zero, Powerade Zero. This is blue raspberry. This one's like the red fruit punch for Gatorade, and here's a bottle of sparkling ice, black raspberry. It's all recyclables, man. It's just it's just easy to toss it in this big Usana bag, this bright blue Usana bag, because I can toss out the recycling at the same time. And then inside, let's just get rid of the stuff that's not Usana related, not related to the nutritional supplements and vitamins. So there's the recyclables. There's also this. It's very shiny. It's very illustrious. You could say that's the right word. When you're in like grade 12 chem, going through physical chem. Not grade 12, like grade 9 or something like that. I don't know. It's a far back. But we got these like shiny, illustrious links, and these are chain links purchased from Dollarama. I was thinking how irritable, how annoying it was having to constantly switch between jackets and then pull out all the chain links and then reattach it every time I switch from a spring jacket to like a rain jacket. You know, especially right now with one of them being washed because they're kind of filthy, I might as well just buy more chain links and then link them both up, and then I'll have to pull them off every time I switch jacket. So and what are these used for? Usually it's like for utility things, like clipping on like a pair of gloves, clipping on any sort of tools I may need, especially when I get back to the workforce, which I'm in the works of right now. Hold on, let me move the earphones off. See, the real caveat to having a headset on is that I don't actually know how loud I'm speaking. So I'm gonna keep it to the side here and now I can hear. Okay, so now the rest of the stuff here is like purely Usana related. But again, it's important that I have showcased that stuff because it was put in here for a reason. The recyclable is meant to be taken away. The chain links I can probably pull off though. I can leave this on the desk, to be honest. That's important of me to mention. I don't want to break. I don't want to take it with me. Okay. All right. So regarding Usana and the things I received, I also got these little treats. One of them, which is Usana. Usana is a decadent vanilla, and then there's also a coconut one. They don't taste all that great, but it's not about taste. This is about something that's healthy and nutritious. Very low on sugar. It's literally like 4 grams of sugar per bar, and the bar is made of mostly protein and fiber. Not gonna lie, it's just protein, fiber, and carbohydrates. More protein than anything else. And if I turn to the back, so I received this one actually from 2 weeks ago when I saw my business partner. So 20 grams of carbohydrates, 15 grams of protein. This tiny thing, 50 grams of protein, is a protein bar. 5 grams of fats, and how many grams of like fiber doesn't say in this one, but I know that they contain at least like 6 grams of fiber at minimum. And then there's also this thing here. So I received these couple like 2 weeks ago, but then I received more just yesterday, just like 3 days ago when I got this big package here. And again, I have a feeling it was just my business partner. She just bought some and then gave me some of them instead of the company. Sometimes the company has promotional gifts and they put inside. I don't believe that's the case. I believe in this case, my business partner just decided to treat me with stuff, which is really nice, and I appreciate that. And she has her own like son and stuff, so she's kind of like a motherly figure in a sense. And so is her husband is someone I love. We get along really well, me and her husband. Let's just say K and N. N is a protein researcher from like the 1980s. Like, he's retired now, so it's crazy because like he's like probably into his 80s now, and I get along with this this really kind of like wise old man figure. Yeah, we share a lot of things in common. Let's just say I feel like a grandfather myself. I mentioned this during the episode about domestic abuse, how I feel like a grandfather. So we always crack jokes, and there's always this kind of like camaraderie between us, because he's a very scientifically oriented person. So then he also, between the two of them, there's this kind of bar, and then there's also this kind of, you can tell I'm kind of getting a little bit bubbly just talking about. I really appreciate their company. And we have this cake seasoned with chicken meat. This is food as well. So between these two things here, I received more. I actually gave one of these to my buddy. I say the buddy, this is the guy who lives in a condo. He's also married, but there's some complications now. Anyways, he's been going through a difficult time. Mentioned that he had a bit of an incident. He's a driver, but there's a lot of unruly customers, very aggressive, almost a dangerous situation. Police got called up, unfortunately. And so, for the past week, I've just been trying to support him emotionally. He's been appreciative of that. Gave him one of these little things here, long story short. Okay, so that's kind of like food related. There's actually one more thing I should say that's food related. Well, it's not food, it's a drink, but this is not nutritionals either. It's nutritionals, but it's not like a tablet. This is a drink. So this is Rev3 energy drink from Usana Health Sciences. You think of like caffeinated drinks like Monster Energy. Obviously this doesn't have the same kind of strength that Monster Energy does, but this is far healthier. It's not using like a caffeine. It uses what? Does it have caffeine? Oh, it does have high caffeine content, but uses a lot of other sorts of like herbal compounds to bring about the effects of vitality and alertness. Has like a ginseng leaf extract, white tea extract, green tea extract, Korean ginseng. It has a lot of these. This reminds me of there's grape seed extract, olive fruit extract, ribose leaf. So this is really reminding me of all the 8 compounds that were used for the intelligence patent. And again, that's just endogenous antioxidants produced by your own body, induced through gene expression when you intake and consume certain types of plant proteins, certain phytoproteins, bioflavonoids, and so on and so forth that appear naturally in traditional herbs, but not in high enough quantities unless you take it through a supplement. Okay, so that's the Rev energy drink here. It's 355 milliliters, and it's usually quite expensive. I can't say that I'll be drinking this anytime soon, but I appreciate that she got to me. We also received something, so we're moving on from food now, and we have these two. I want to show this to the camera better, but I can't do that because it's actually quite heavy, everything here together. We have these 2 little sticks of Usana mango lip balm. I don't use anything like this. I don't know why she keeps giving me stuff like this. She's giving me like a pomegranate lip balm before from Usana. I'm like, fucking, I'm not somebody who uses lip balm, man, but maybe I should. My lips kind of get dry and cracked, but it's made with natural ingredients. It's 4 grams, and let's read it a little bit. It's beeswax and coconut oil, sunflower oil. Yeah. Anyways, the point is I received a couple of. Okay, next. And so inside this large bag is a small bag. So I just bag within the bag. And this is the auto order, right? This is the monthly automatic order. And you can tell inside I put in also the Rev energy drink as well as the lip balm, but it's not supposed to come with that. Now there is an invoice, but the invoice I've already scanned and taken out, so the paper invoice, like you know, fucking. I don't have to show you. It's just like a standard invoice sheet of paper. I've already shown you that like 2 days ago in my previous episode. So here are the new products that I purchased, and I rotated a bit, but it's still. So this one's we covered Hepa Plus for the liver, the intelligence patent that's with it. We also had Biomega, I think, and Manical D. So we covered those before. There's 5 bottles this time, not 6. And that's because the Procosa actually takes up more sales volume. And I am only trying to purchase a certain amount of sales volume per month. So these 3 bottles here are of Procosa. And I'm going to leave 1 bottle here probably, so that I don't run out. Yeah. I think that bottle's supposed to run out very soon. Procosa. Yeah. You can hear that, right? It sounds pretty much about to be emptied. Long story short, that's Procosa, and it's for your joints. So Procosa uses a Mariva patent, and a Mariva patent is basically a joint complex. Another one of those, patented combinations of biomolecular compounds you can take that, through technology, allows you to have greater absorption into your body, intestinal absorption, intake, and then throughout your body to the appropriate areas and cellular joints, basically to replenish the cartilage that's kind of missing. It kind of gets eroded away through time, through friction on your movements. I know I'm not describing this in the most sound way. It's because I haven't been reviewing my products or the terminology as much as I should be, because I'm not doing sales right now. I'm just focused on moving out, right, as you can tell. That's the main priority, but that's Procosa right here, okay? And it's like 84 tablets. You take 3 daily, or as that's just the recommended, but you can take as much as you need. Long story short, I'm leaving one precursor here, and then the rest of this goes over to the storage. Okay, and yeah. Okay, I think that's about it. Do I need to keep another mag account? Plus, that's fine. All right, so that's everything for that product. What I'm going to do is cover the last item inside here. That is this. I feel kind of bad for not starting this video out holding the bag. So here is a binder. This is the most important thing. And inside I realize is the invoice, which I'm not going to showcase to you in detail. Here's the back, here's the invoice. Good, we're about 15 minutes in. So this binder here is the main highlight of the entire bag. My business partner, she literally printed out with her printer. Jesus, this looks like cat. Friggin' looks weird as shit. It's one of those like it's like those like cosplay ears here. It's like fucking. It's just a napkin. I want to take this. That makes me want to take out the headset. But we have the Usana difference here, and there's like what 30 to 40 pages of paper, and this is all what do you call presentation material. So it's updated presentation material from the HQ, from headquarters. So obviously if we go through, you know, a lot of restructuring and new material, new content for the associates, largely because, you know, things are becoming updated. I remember a couple years ago they had that, you know, there was the whole ethical SJW area, but then that also allowed for a lot of reform for the unethical practices that some associates have gotten away with. So they created an ethical guideline, you could say, that all associates are, all sales commissioners are by requirement need to adhere to. They have to agree to it when they join. So I was really pleased with that actually myself, because I always want to start an honest business, and now it's kind of a requirement to do things honestly, right? I mean, and then now here is a very up-to-date, you could say, basically the graphics design of the 2015 era, 2020, has now been professionalized by 2023, and now it's all these images, beautiful, high quality images, very well done digital marketing, you could say. And I can read through a few of these. So, for example, the Usana difference, your own time is valuable. The best life begins at the cellular level. Full spectrum approach to product development, research, formulation, clinical trials, in-house manufacturing. I'm getting the nerd cap back on me because I'm a biomedical research graduate. I'm not a research graduate. Like, I just graduated with a BSc. All right, that's my point is. But I was majored in biomedical sciences, so this is something that is really throwing me back. GMP, good manufacturing practices, exclusive Usana technologies, and you know, I'm only reading half of this, not even, it's like a quarter. I'm just reading the titles for you of 25%, a quarter of the pages, because there's actually 1, 2, 3, you know, I'm not reading the back, and I'm also not reading the flip side. So intelligence complexes developed for targeted supplementation, Usana essentials, weight management, digestive health, your own time, share and learn. 50% of the world's population is on some form of social media. Here they're moving towards the business aspect as opposed to the health aspect. Usana, the industry leader. By the way, the only reason why, I'll keep in mind, like, this is, you know, stuff that is copyright material. I'm showcasing you this in a very vague way, right? I'm not sticking it in front of the screen here, right? So just to be perfectly clear, that's the reason why I'm flipping through things so quickly. That's the reason why I'm holding it kind of far away, because I don't want to show you this up close. This is stuff that is obviously copyright material. Okay, direct sales, industry benefits, no shipment management, low risk. Who will you be with Usana? So this is definitely, like I said, the last couple, it's like the first half has to do with supplementation. but the second half has more to do with the business opportunity, without question. So health and finance, the two pillars of Usana. So who will we be? Usana, the Usana difference, 150 plus scientists on staff. You determine your success, compensation plan, obviously the growth-minded thing, and then the promotions and, you know, going to conventions, going across the entire world, stuff like that, trips like before now Usana. And then last but not least, some notes for your own personal story, your own, you know, why did you personally join Usana? So, and that's it. So I mean, I feel like I'm gonna have to scan everything here. I don't know if this is available. I think this has to be available online. If that is, I'm gonna have to check my dashboard. Thankfully, that means I won't have to scan everything by hand. That would take up at least an hour of my time. But it's all put in a nice black binder from the partner, and then she just gave this to me because she made her own binder and her own copies. So yeah, really thankful, really grateful. Needless to say, this is something that probably I won't put into storage. It looks like something I might be able to use now. Like this is something I could study on the side when I have the time. But I don't have the time now, so I'm debating on whether or not I should really put it away into the storage unit. Questions, right? It's like questions, just a big debate. So I'll come up with an answer. Maybe I could. Yeah, this is not right. So I'll put the invoice as well. Or I'll leave the invoice here because the office paperwork is actually. Oh. Okay, so before we end this video, what I'll say is that I had something just came to my mind. There is a place where to put this, and that is probably with behind me. If I move the camera to that side, this angle, there's that box of office papers and material behind me that I don't think I'll be moving until I move out of this unit completely. And so inside there it has all the office paperwork, basically stuff that is too important to place in storage because if it ever gets broken into, it has too much confidential and private information like finances and stuff like that. So think of like banking, mail, and whatever. I think I put this over there, right? And it makes sense because I can also put like the Usana invoices inside as well. Yeah, I think that's what I do. And on that note, there's also another Usana invoice down here that I covered a couple of days ago. I said, 2 weeks ago, the product covered here. So now it's like, here's the more wrinkled up, but there's 2 invoices now, right? So there's the brand new one, and here's the kind of older one. And I can just kind of take both of these, and I can just take the invoices and slip them inside this binder. And so that's all Usana stuff. And then I can take this binder here and I can just place it in the back inside that crate that has all this Usana related stuff. And then of course, as I mentioned, so that's in like region D. Like all the regions are kind of gone now. I mentioned that basically everything's moved out. Not everything, but at least like 60 to 70% of what I have. No, like, yeah, 70% without question, if not more. So here's the bag. We're going to move this all away, toss back into recyclables. The binder is outside now. We're going to keep it inside the room. And this is all stuff that's got to go. So speaking of which, I'm doing the laundry right now. I should go ahead and throw things into the dryer. So this is a good place to end the video. And there's a lot of stuff to cover. I just made some orders to Amazon, so you can look forward to that in the next video. They are delivered. I don't feel comfortable shipping here to this address, this residence. It's just not good because there has been some vandalism before directly from the landlord. So that was not very, can't really report it because I don't have any video footage, but that's changing soon. Anyways, the point is, I have some Amazon stuff shipped over to my buddy's place. He's allowed me to use his address for that, and so we might be talking about that in the next episode, the next video. Alternatively, we could be talking about the security cameras. Alternatively, we could be talking about paperwork and the receipts here that we have. So many receipts here. You know, it's kind of crazy. Stuff like this. So I don't know which one. And then there's also the cards that I have to paint. Like, it's just a whole shit show of stuff to do. There's also like, oh man, I mentioned in the previous episode, I want to cover like that stuff here. I have to do with like utensils and toiletries and stuff. Anyways, I don't know which one of those will come next, but anyone will be fine and welcome, honestly. We're just trying to get through the train. And there's even like financial stuff that I have to cover that's not even like physical objects, right? And then there's still the second marathon that's been postponed on podcasting and all that stuff. So like that's like just like somewhere down a month. Man, it's an endless train. I come late, I sleep late, and then I wake late. Sometimes I sleep earlier and then wake early. I don't even know, you know, it's just trying to get everything. It's just so much. Anyways, so that's this video. Thanks for tuning in. I have an idea of what I'm going to move to storage today. Those nutritional products. We have a new binder. We covered even the chain links here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So, of course, if you're feeling overwhelmed, definitely leave some thoughts in the comments, and feel free to just vent and, you know, in the comments as well, if that's what you feel like you're doing, because again, very just reality focused kind of project and channel that this is, and I wouldn't mind reading and hearing more about you guys and yourself. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and let's get to work.